What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am A.D. Walker, the pusher, Negro, and the motivator. I appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us. Um, as you can see at the bottom, make sure you share this conversation, tag someone that needs to hear this. And this is what we're doing. So today we are discussing: are we too focused on the temporaries? Are we too focused on the temporary? So that's this. We're gonna dig into that conversation about being distracted by situations, issues, and things that really don't matter in the long run, right? We get too caught up in the small things of life instead of focused on the bigger issues or the bigger things that really matter. And a lot of times, the smaller things that like the negatives, the people that aren't going in the same direction, um, and it can be a hindrance, it can be annoyance, and a lot of times it can waste a lot of your energy and time, um, keeping you in a specific place. So listen, what I need you to do right now is share. Sharing is caring. And what I didn't realize, I mean, quick shout out to my text crew. It's grown, and I didn't really know it. Like 10 more people came on and I didn't even know they were there. So hey, Mama Corey, great morning to you. So listen, what I need you to do right now is to share this text. If you're in the text community, share it to other people so they can join and be a part and never miss what's happening with the brothers. Um, I'm gonna just say about a week, maybe definitely going into June. Where we at? The 26th. Next week's the last week. Split splow. Um, Definitely going into next month. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for sharing and always hanging out with us. We're going to be revealing some of the goals of Brothers of Legacy and just impart and how you could be a part of that. Let's do this. So again, but you have to join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. And I'm gonna throw this out there. And actually, I'll throw the question up. Right. I'm gonna just type it in as I talk about it. Has anyone ever heard of Discord? Is anyone part of a Discord community? Um, just curious. Is anyone part of a Discord community or even heard of Discord? Because I want to know. I want to know. Nighttime Thursday. Hmm. It's nighttime somewhere. I agree with you, Kathy. I agree with you. So my question right now is anyone part of a Discord community or heard of Discord, the Discord app? Awesome. Lisa has. Do you have it? Are you on there? Pretty okay. Okay. She's a part of a community. Awesome. Awesome. Um, so I'm toying with this idea for one of my groups, and so I'm definitely going to consider it. I actually have one set up. I just kind of set up just to play with it. I just been studying it more, and it looks like it can do quite a bit in one space. Um, but I know how we as the older community, not like old people, but older, sometimes that new another app, if you've not messed with it now. All right, Okini Reed says yes. Awesome, awesome. Because what I want to do is open up a chat in the Discord community. Um, that's going to be some of my goals, so you could really know what's happening. Because honestly, within the next 6 months, we're gonna be making some rapid moves, and I want folks to be a part of it. Um, Putting together a plan, solid one. It's gonna be good. Um, so I'm trying to get the folks, whoever is down for growth and helping the community, like really helping. I want to start building that out. So Discord, if you don't know about it, check it out. Download the app. Easy and very intuitive. So he says he's part of. I think I put Lisa's pretty good platform. He said nice, easy, and very intuitive. All right. So make sure you guys are downloading the app. Just as a warning. Some of my folks like not another app. And I'll have instructions on how just to navigate. Most of the instructions are like 5 minutes at most. Other than the ones that dig deep into a bunch of stuff, I can give you the quick overview of boom, 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 and now you're part. And I'm gonna try to make as clean as possible because I'm part of one now. Actually just joined one that I'm really getting active in, and like the way they got it set up, I get it, but I don't like. I don't want to talk in Discord language, if that makes sense. So I'm going to make mine very easy to navigate. You just gotta get in there. That's get the invite, get in there. You just take some of every. You can't just click yes. You got to read the screen. Okay, this is what's about to happen. Yes, you read probably next screen. Just got to take your time with it. It's different than like Facebook. Shout out to Facebook for always keeping the joint simple. Like Facebook understood simplistic, kind of like Apple, just simplistic, suck you in, very basic. Like that's probably my only beef with Discord, but I get it. Discord is like a gaming community for computers, people that are in the computer. So this thing is like, it's nothing, But for those that are trying to get into a community outside that are just Facebookers, that like simplistic, simplified things, it can be a challenge. So I'm gonna try to make it as easy as possible, but I'm definitely gonna start building some communities in there. Like I said, I already have the wife and I are discussing for one of our groups that we're gonna be doing. So make sure you stay connected. Again, if you've not joined our text community, text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. And never miss a broadcast, never miss an episode. So my homework for you today is to download the Discord app. Just take your time and fill it out. Just take your time. Just download it. It's going to ask for, username, that you got to be unique and all that good stuff. Just take your time and just get in there. And just be like, all right, I'm in. So waiting for the next steps. All right, that's the homework today. Download the Discord app. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. Splickety splat. All right, and we're talking about, are we too focused on the temporary? All right, let's go. Let's get it. Got my brother Computer Love hanging in the wings. All right, let's kick it off. I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy. Change gon' come. 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 A co-op has to start with ownership. Right. We have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. Make a bunch of money or I got to figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Mm-hmm. Because this is covenant.
The whole premise is that we as a people, with our money and time, aren't often, making this general possible, often vested in the legacy.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Bam! Yeah. What's up? I don't hear you. You're on the mute.
I was having a deep conversation with the missus and I pressed mute and forgot. Thank you. Appreciate you. And you're frozen.
Oh. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold tight.
I'm holding.
I gotta plug in.
I can't hold too much tighter.
All right. There we go. Nope. There we go. All right. Computer love.
Yes, sir.
All right. You said you was. I apologize, my listeners. I'm gonna make them repeat it. You said you was having a deep conversation with the wife.
I think the listeners heard me. I don't think you heard me.
Nah, I didn't hear you. That's what they got to hear it again because I didn't hear you.
I said I was having a deep conversation with my wife and I put it on mute. So
Okay.
I forgot. And I appreciate you for reminding me.
Oh yeah, yes sir. No worries. Let's see. All right. So listen, guys, I appreciate you guys rocking with us. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy, where we don't stand out, we stand up. My podcast people, I appreciate you. I want you guys to make sure if you're listening on a regular, make sure you're sharing and letting other people know. Just a quick note: the podcast does pay us a little something for every listener. So if you don't support financially towards us, and I appreciate those that have, and those that want to, are willing, or want to, just can't. One of the ways you can support us financially is by listening and sharing the podcast. That's the way to for us to. We make a little bit of change every time someone listens to the podcast, the whole thing. So make sure you share that podcast out as well. And if you need to find us, just go to Brothers of Legacy in any podcast app. Pretty much, of course, we're on Apple. Of course, we're on the Google Play Store. And we're on Stitcher, as well as I can't remember the other ones, but there's several. There's several podcast apps, and we're on quite a few of them. So make sure you share. All right. So kicking it off today.
Yes,
Today I want to discuss: are we too focused on the temporary? Are we too focused on the temporary? So I was just thinking about a lot of my life and a lot of things that happened, and how sometimes, and even some of the conversation my wife and I had, I think it was like last night, and sometimes, and keeping it real, sometimes things can bother you so much, it's challenging to move forward. It's challenging to get certain things or situations out of your head because it's just annoying. Like you ever had the moments like it's just, gosh, I need to be thinking about other things other than this. So it's like he was like, the thing is annoying me. Now the thing, I'm annoyed because I'm thinking about the thing. like why
Never
can
negative.
I just let this go?
I understand that,
Something
bro.
about a situation, and it's like I want to tell her just let it go, but I was like, I know it's hard. It's like I can't just wrap my head around. Like you just see things happen, and you just like, why has it got to be that way? Like you have like this. You ever be, especially sometimes at work it happens. Hey, good morning, Deborah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Okini. Man, I appreciate you guys going to Mama Corey. If I haven't said, I just want to make sure I say it because I appreciate you guys being here because you could be anywhere, but you're here. And you ever have something silly or small at work and it just blow up, and you're like, why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
Yeah.
And then your manager be like, you know what? Don't sweat it. It's not a thing to everybody. It's just a thing to them, and you can't get it out of your head. Like, why is this a thing?
Believe me,
it's
I
like you
know,
spend
man.
all day like half working, and the rest of your mind is like, why is this a thing? It's like I need to let it go. My manager let it go. I'm not gonna get in trouble for it. I'm not gonna have to hear about it. But why is this a thing? What's up, Keita? Good morning. Good morning. So
Good
today, that's
morning.
kind of why do we get focused on that? To how do we deal with the temporary issues and that's small. Like I'll just trying to put the lighter mood to it. But we have issues. We have things that happen. There are things that just happen that you might have been able to prevent, but either your inaction or action has gotten you to a space that now there's nothing you can do about it. It's like you just gotta kind of roll with it. And how do you keep your mind from focusing on that thing? How do you keep from certain relationships that just go bad and you can't do anything about it? And I get like reflection. Sometimes you think back, like me and you went bad. Like, man, it was great. What did I do? Like what,
Oh.
or do you are you good at like kind of letting most things roll off of you, or do things stick to you? Like, or what are the things that stick to you? Because sometimes like certain things I can let roll off of me. Other things is like I have a hard time just letting go. Like for you, what are some of those things that kind of stick to you? Like, where did it come from? Is it like family? Is it work? Is it a monetary thing? We know everything from our wives is so that don't count. That we know everything like to sit on us from that. That's our relationship. It's gonna sit on us. But outside of that, what things kind of stick to you that you just have a hard time letting go?
Bro, man. I got a story on this one too, bro.
I need it. It's story time with Kenny.
Buddy of mine, I thought we was down like 4 flat tires, right? We
Oh man.
we was roommates.
Oh, okay.
We worked together,
Right.
all that good stuff, right? So at this point, we was both single.
Okay.
We was both I call us hot commodities at the time.
Okay.
Because hey, we had money, we had our own place,
Right.
we had a good credit, our own vehicles, all that, everything we needed to be hot, we had it. You know what I'm saying? So we fast forward a few years, and like I said, we worked together.
Okay.
So he got married.
Okay.
Well, let me roll it back.
Okay.
We used to go out all the time,
Okay.
and so we was always doing stuff. Like when I say go out, we was part of animals, right? So couple of females that we dated, they was friends or whatever.
Hey,
You know how they was friends. So he fell out
Right.
with they stopped talking or whatever,
Right.
and me and the other friend kept talking.
Okay.
So he was kind of like sprinkling a little salt because I kept talking, and her friend was cool with me
Okay.
because I'm still talking to her friend. So she's still around, you know what I'm saying? But they not together, but she's still around.
Okay.
But anyway, that put a little strain in our relationship. So moving along, we kind of like separated from locations where we was working at. So he went to a different location. I went. So we still was cool, but we wasn't like talking on the phone, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we wasn't in the same area no more.
Right.
So he get married or get into a long-term relationship before he got married. So he invited me to the wedding. His girlfriend invited me to the wedding and all that. And so I showed up. This first time I hadn't seen him about a year or two, something like that. So we chopping it up, we reminiscing, getting back cool. We started, you know what I'm saying, communicating. And my current wife, well, before she was my wife, we was kind of like hanging out double dating.
Okay.
So getting out. So my wife and his wife got cool.
Right.
So his wife, she's his wife now. So let's keep that his wife. His wife and my wife got cool. They was communicating and you know what I'm saying, they started doing girl stuff without the couple thing, and they were doing stuff together. So his wife was, you know, they were sharing. I'm pretty sure my wife shared stuff too.
Right.
So some kind of way, he got jealous about his wife telling they business. Yeah, to my wife.
Gotcha.
And of course, my wife told me, right?
Right.
I'm sure his wife told him. So, but I wasn't tripping on that.
Right.
I'm like, but they came over to the house one day. And I was like, oh man, what's up with you? What's happening?
Right. Yeah.
And he just went crazy, man. Like, what you mean? What's up?
Not the what you mean what's up. Oh no.
Hey, I'm like totally in the dog. Like, what? I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, they at our house now, right?
Right.
I said, dude, what's wrong with you, man? What you got? You feeling some type of way or so? So we get into this, all the couples trying to figure out what's wrong with him.
Right,
so,
of course.
Me and my wife and his wife trying to figure out what's wrong with him. Like, oh man, you know what you're saying? You know what? I was like, man, stop talking in parables.
Right.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Spit it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what got your feelings up like this?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we go through this for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And they dip. They leave. Like, get up and, you know what I'm saying? It's time to go. And his wife bowing down or whatever. So my wife and his wife, they talk.
Of course.
And his wife told my wife that he having issues with the stepson. I think he was like 8, 9 years old, something like that. And he felt like he couldn't discipline him the way he wanted, this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Negro. Well, I ain't tell him that. I'm talking to my wife.
Right.
But I'm thinking about him. I'm like, I got 3 step kids. You got one.
Right.
And you mad at your wife. Like they supposed to do that. They the mothers and they talk, we the stepfathers. They supposed to share information like that.
Right. To try to get better or something. Try to get
So I'm going. So I called him, right? I called him.
Okay.
I say, dude.
Yeah, let me get past in here, but yeah, keep going. Hey, Pastor, good morning, sir.
I say, dude, what's going on, bro?
You went mute. Or was it me? Can y'all still hear him? Can y'all hear me? I hear you. I don't hear Kaneem.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay. So I called him. I said, dude, I don't know what I done to you, man.
Right.
I don't know how, you know what I'm saying, upset you in this type of manner where you just want to cut off all ties.
Right.
But let me start the conversation off by apologizing for something that I have no understanding of what I'm apologizing for. Once you explain to me, then I have a definition.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to step on your toes like that. But I need you to educate me and give me some definition on what I did so I won't do it again, because that ain't what my intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So he go through this, oh man, I just don't like other people being in my household. I mean, it's supposed to be, I say, in your household? Dog. I knew you before you knew this girl.
Right.
I have seen you do dirt.
Right.
I have seen you do the most. And ain't nobody know it but me. You know what I'm saying? So even if your wife did let me know, it ain't going no farther than these 4 people.
Right.
What you tripping on?
Right.
I don't want you knowing all my personal business. This is my wife, and it's supposed to be just between me and her. That's our pillow talk.
Right.
I say, dude.
Indeed. Insecure. Right, Deborah.
I was like, dude, come on, man. No, it shouldn't even be like that. So you're going to just throw our friendship away because of some misunderstandings?
Wow.
But if that's how you see it, I said, well, you know what? I said, well, you know what? Nigga, that's how I see it. I hung up the phone. I was like, I ain't finna beg you to be my friend. I'm like, hold on, man. What is you?
Right. You thought you had history, like we've been together a long time.
Yeah, I'm already apologizing for something I don't even know. Like
right.
When I start the conversation off like that, I'm already bowing down. What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Tell me what I should not do in the future.
Right.
And then you still don't Nigga, bye.
It's a yes, can you finish him? There was a click. Goodbye. Wow. So okay. Let me ask you this then. So, how long did that sit on you? Like,
I'm talking about it now, you know?
how long has it? How long has it been? How long has it been?
Man, it's probably been about 4-5 years.
Oh,
Yeah, about 4-5 years.
wow.
They still feeling it.
Yeah. See.
No, we was brothers, man. We was like, when I say we was brothers,
Right.
we was brothers. We was poker buddies. We was strip club buddies. We was working buddies. We was dating buddies. We was, you know what I'm saying? We was roommates.
Wow. So for you, like, obviously, like the friendship thing, the connections are the hardest. Like they kind of sit on you when they split. Is it just kind of him, or most of the relationships, like if it go bad, it kind of sits on you for a minute? I mean, this one obviously was sitting for a while.
Cause we was like, we started out together.
Okay.
At Georgia Powell. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't know what we was getting into. You know what I'm saying? And we come into this, and they throwing all this money at us, and they throwing all these perks, and oh yeah, blah blah blah.
Right.
And so we were kind of like, and then we was young. I'm talking I was 32, 31, 32. You know what I'm saying? So we was young, and well, I say we was young. Men don't mature till they get to their 30s. You know what I'm saying? In my position, they don't.
I got you.
But we kind of like, we was boys. You know what I'm saying? He went to Virginia with him.
Right.
It was just but I wasn't finna beg nobody to be my friend.
Oh man, no, listen.
I wasn't beg nobody to be my friend.
You was already like, listen, I apologize. I don't even know what I'm apologizing for, but I'm gonna take my L for whatever it is. As long, if can we get past this?
Yeah. Tell me what I can do so I don't do it.
Right.
In the future.
Right. Oh man. So today, if you're just joining us, we are talking about, are we too focused on the temporary? Are these temporary situations or issues keeping us from moving forward? And sometimes, like our mind, situations take up too much real estate in our heads where we can't even think about other stuff, because we're too bothered by something. And that's, I guess I'm sitting in that space, because I put like in our title, like situations and issues and problems, but I guess it's like the same, because some things I can't change. I can't change it. Like it's either a decision I made that now is an external result that I can't do anything about. But let's see. Okay, let's see. Sam says it's not keeping me from moving forward, but I'm side-eyeing everybody. Right. Every relationship. I was doing so good. It's definitely slowing me down. Indeed.
You walk through life with a side eye, you might trip.
Right.
So it can't keep you from
looking this way, right? So, Pastor, have you had those situations? And and we get into the resolve of like, what do you do to try to process something and let it go? How do you just let it go? Like, what things for you, Pastor? Like, what are some of the things that stick to you that happen? Because there's some stuff I know that happen, like and like I mentioned before, other than spousal stuff, because everything's from the spouse kind of sticks. So we're gonna bypass those issues. I'm just talking about more or less everything else external that comes towards your way, like from work to finances to certain relationships. What are the things that kind of stick to you that are hardest to shake? And how do you try to process getting out of those situations in your head? Because these are all head games, as they say, taking up real estate.
I guess the real question is, what do you mean when you say stick with you? Because, many things happen and they impact you.
Yeah,
you definitely move forward, but you don't forget. So they stick with you, but they don't hinder you.
That, and I guess maybe that's what it is. That's those hindrances that, like I was mentioning work. You know, like something happens at work, like, you know, at the time when you worked in the office, like a thing, like something's a thing, and you're just like, why is this a thing? And you know, there's maybe no repercussions, but you sit all day like, why is this a thing? You know, like, why is this such an issue? You know, and just like you probably use 20% of your brain to actually work. 80% is stuck on, like, you type in like, why is this such a thing? You know, and you can't let it go. And that's what I mean. Like, so instead of like the 80% being used productively to make some other moves and make some things happen, you can't, you're struggling to let it go. So that's what I mean. Oh yeah, things you don't forget. Some things help you grow. That's the point of it. You go through something, you remember, like, all right, I won't do that again, or I'll at least be mindful of that again. But certain things stick to you to the point of it's taking up real estate in your brain right now. Like, I can't, you know, it's hard to focus, you know, I just can't let it go. Let's see.
I want to be able to say, and I'm going to just say this. I don't want to sound like I have it all together or cocky or anything, but I'm saying it because I know what it is to allow frustration or disappointment, letdowns, issues to become an anchor. I know what it is to do that. I know what it is to hold on to stuff. And so I want to say that I don't live like that. Okay. You know, because that's my whole philosophy with getting over yourself. Please, you're something, but you ain't all that. Ain't nobody worried about you. Stop tripping, keep it moving. You had a bad day, had a bad conversation. It didn't work out your way. Keep it moving. You know, the things that I tell my friends and my family today is, you know, I'm not the greatest communicator. You know, if you're waiting on me to call, tell me I did something wrong. You know, tell me, because otherwise I'm not calling unless I need something. I'm not that guy that just, hey, what you doing, man? You know, because I'm on the phone, I'm talking all day long. That's just me. It's what I do for a living, is talk. So I'm not looking to talk to people. So in that regard, if there's something going on and I'm not aware of it, I don't know what to do with it. So I don't hold on to stuff. I tell people all the time that relationships are really, really valuable. That's why I work hard to keep the peace with people. Because I value relationships. So I don't, like at work, I've been a black man my entire life. So being a black man has walked with me my entire career, because I'm in a career that is dominated by people who don't look like me. Right. And that's been from the beginning. So that's been a constant, but it hasn't stopped me.
I got you.
It may have got me overlooked. But it hasn't stopped me in my career. It hasn't stopped me from progressing forward. Maybe I'm not. I take that back, because I've had opportunity for leadership and all that kind of stuff, and I decided to be an individual contributor. Because I didn't want to babysit people. I got you. So it's hard for me. I don't like to hold on to stuff where it becomes, you know, somebody taking up residence or real estate in my head. I just. No one has earned that except Jesus and my family, my wife, you know, my children, my mama, you know, people like that. My church folks, y'all take up a lot of real estate in my head, in my heart, you know. But I can't allow. I don't have much space up there, man. I can't afford it. I can't give up no real estate for nonsense in my head.
I hear you. But let me ask you this. Like, you talk about your job and like you've always said, like being the minority, you know, it's usually just you and maybe somebody else that looks like you. When you've gotten denied promotions or anything, or denied something, how long do you just sit? Do you think about, like, did I do something, or is it because I was black? You know, like,
oh yeah.
I hate those moments. I hate, like,
did I turn in the report too late?
Right.
Did I come to work late? Or was my breath stinking? I mean, you go through all that stuff. You're like, oh, you know what? You just don't like black people.
I heard that. You should have gave that to me, right?
Yeah, or you just don't like me for whatever.
Right. Oh,
you
that
know,
too.
we just don't click. Yeah.
Right.
But
right,
either
right.
way, I'm gonna keep it moving.
Keep
but
moving.
I'm not going to. But I'm not gonna treat you different. Like I've learned to recognize the fault in others without degrading them. Right. Because I too have faults. So I'm gonna love you as long as you allow me to.
Right.
I'm gonna like you as long as you allow me to.
Right.
You know, you always got me unless you do me wrong. And
Gotcha.
then I'll still love you, but I just won't deal with you.
Gotcha. So
That's really it. But to me, that's what brings peace to me. I don't need to hold anything over anybody. I've had people, man, to say things to me that I wouldn't say to my worst enemy, and they were not justified in saying it. Like, you're just in a bad place, so you want to bleed on me.
Right.
And I think as much as it is unfair, I see that I've gotten to a place where I can recognize you in a bad place, and maybe we can't deal with this now. So I'm gonna just leave you alone, and maybe we can come back to this later, you know, or maybe we don't. Maybe we never talk again. But either way, I'm not getting ready to play that game with you. My time is too valuable to be wasting time with people like that who are intentionally trying to create madness. You know, that is discord, sowing the seed of discord, and I'm going to run, Forrest, run from anybody that's sowing the seed of discord.
Lisa says, yes, Pastor, concerning certain things, I always say I don't have, not willing to use the mental space to deal with it or give it any thought. So Kaneem, let me ask you, like, the situation that you had with your basically a good friend. Did it affect how you dealt relationships going forward, or you just like you kind of was able to? I mean, you think about it, but you was able to kind of blow it off enough to kind of just like, that was just an incident, you know, like he was dumb. Oh, you mute? Yeah, you mute. Hold on. You muted. You muted your mic.
Oh, now I don't even be touching the keyboard.
Because I didn't do it. Because I couldn't unmute you.
You sure you ain't do it?
You know some Fonzarelli stuff.
But it just depends on how emotionally invested I am in the relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With my buddy, I was, you know, we had years and we was together every day. Wasn't no off day, wasn't no weekend. When we was together we worked together and we lived together. You know what I'm saying?
So all the time.
Yeah, so we was together all the time. So that's a little bit different. But if I'm just, you know, if I have a relationship that is truly surface or in passing, you know what I'm saying, your feelings don't really mean much to me because I ain't put nothing into the relationship. So me just cutting you off completely is an issue you may have. I'm the one that initiated cutting you off. You know what I'm saying? So it won't bother me at all. It just depends, though, man. I mean, like I said, I've matured a lot, and the friendships that I've nurtured now, they mean more to me because I'm nurturing them. I'm watering them. I'm feeding them. I'm doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So it means a little bit more to me. So, but I ain't really, you know what I'm saying, begging for friendship.
Oh, no doubt.
I was born alone. I ain't got no brothers and sisters.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no siblings. So I'm probably gonna die alone. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been good being alone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean that's just it is what it is, man. What about you? What about you, brother? How you handle situations like that?
I'm gonna keep it real. Like I've had, like, you know, growing up, you know, friendships. I never really let anybody in, but so much. Like a lot of my friendships, like I never, like even like my homeboy David, like, and I mentioned him because, you know, we've kind of gotten closer as adults. You know, we was cool. Like we hung out quite a bit when we was young. You know, ate at each other's house for dinner and kind of hung out like even all day. Went to the mall and just been silly. But I've never been the type to really open up, if that makes sense. So I always always had like a distance, you know, like never. And I don't know. I guess to always keep from being hurt. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't really speak to you. I'm sitting on the couch now. I can't really speak to what happened that really put me in that space. But it just, that's kind of how it was. And I mentioned, like, even with Sam, you know, like it took a long time for me to really open up, you know, put my feelings out on the table, like, you know, where she can hurt me. You know, if she, you know, like she could really, you know, hurt me. So it took me around. Like I've always mentioned, she's never done that or done anything like that. It just was me. And so now, like in this new space, you know, like we're Brothers of Legacy, I've had some connections that I thought we were connected. They kind of fell off, disappeared. You know, like you just kind of navigate it. And just like I had to look myself in the mirror, like, listen, you just got to keep moving. You know, like it's gonna sit on you because I, you know, like I had with Sam, I was like, I don't know why this is sitting on me, Sam. I just can't let it go. So we're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna be it. You know, I'm gonna say it out loud, and we're gonna just be done. You know, and so like no matter what, like I'm no matter what, I'm gonna stay open. You know, I'm gonna keep my relationships. You know, we'll develop, like you said. I'm gonna water. I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna make it happen, and it's gonna be what's gonna be. I'm gonna let God do the work. If it fall off, if it disappear, we fall out, I'm gonna let it go. Like that, and that's kind of, you know, that's kind of where I'm at now. Like just being able to let it go. But it does sit on me. Like I think, like I said, are we too focused on the temper? I think sometimes it does sit on me, but I try not to let it sit on me too long. It's like the amount of years we're together, it'll probably be the amount of days I sit on. You know, like we've been together 10 years. I'm probably gonna sit on thinking about that joker for like a week. Like, yo, we was cool. How did we go from here to here? Because you know it happens rapidly. It's just one thing, like one or two things, you know, and the seed is planted in them. And like you said, you probably seen them and you like, something is different. You know, something changed. And like you said, it's like, I'm gonna keep poking until we get to this thing. And he just exploded and never really said anything. He just bounced. You're like, what? What's the deal? You know? So I think I'm a water, I'm a seed, I'm a build a relationship. And like you said, if there's surface, yeah, like that, I'm like that with me as well. Like if it's surface, I'm good. And that's when you realize, like sometimes work relationships, they will surface, you leave, you're like, I didn't even think about that joker. Like we were work friends. Like we were only really friends because we were like, yo, we're gonna do this 8 hours together, trip out, have fun, support each other, and make sure we're not in trouble. You know, like do what we gotta do, make sure our reviews are straight, you know, making our sales and all that. But outside of that, you know, like that, you know. So yeah, I think it's the relationships that get deep, like these, like, you know, you guys, I feel like we're close and we have something, you know. So if something happened, yeah, it's gonna sit on me for a minute, you know. But I think it's just not letting it hinder you. That's the struggle, and not letting it hinder future relationships. And that's the talk I always got to have. Like, don't let this stop you from making other relationships. You know, like, don't let this stop you. You know, like, especially, you know, I'm sure there's gonna be folks that I connect with. We're gonna be rocking strong for 5 years, and then something may happen. I'm like, yo, we were like in the trenches every day. You know, like every day, and now you out like that. You know, like, you know, like,
yeah,
like pastor. You know, and I'm trying not to let that N word be flying around on this conversation. But I'm like, these ends, you know, like,
it's your program, so I got mine in for the day.
It's cool. You get, listen, we got the one per program. But yeah, I think it's the relationships that and I guess that probably just should be the name of this. Like, are we too focused on the temporary issues of relationships or friendships? You know, because it just, yeah, it can kind of sit on you, but you just can't let it hinder you. like,
Yeah.
and even like temporary with even if you're getting into business or if you're getting into even the live stream, things can go wrong, partnerships can go wrong, but you can't let it take up so much real estate in your mind that you can't move forward in it, And I hate, and I think like I said, I think I get mad that I can't when something sticks and you just gotta let this go.
Like, why is it still bothering me?
Right. Right. Like I said before, like I was like, one, that is there, that whatever the issue is. Second, why is it bothering me? So like
because it validates your mental, psychological, spiritual, emotional investment.
Right.
It bothers you because it mattered to you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. Absolutely. Because it's not that this isn't painful.
Yeah.
It's not that you're not supposed to remember these things.
Right.
It goes back to your earlier point. It shouldn't become a stumbling block, an anchor.
Right.
It should not become a preventative measure to forward progression. My connection to this individual that I'm not married to, that is not my bloodline. Right. I got to get over me. I don't care. I should not carry that kind of, and here's the thing, like one person can look at me and look at my personality and be like, man, he's high-minded. He thinks highly of himself. And yes, I do, but I have not always.
Right.
So what you're experiencing is an increased level of confidence that seems to be high-minded to you. But if you understand where I came from,
right,
you'd be proud of me speaking of myself the way that I do.
Right.
Because you weren't there. You don't know my story.
Right.
You don't know how far I've had to climb. And so I've gotten to a place now where you can meet me today and be like, ooh, he's full of himself. But you don't know
right.
how far I've come.
Right. Yeah.
So you can mistake conceit for confidence.
Wow.
Because you don't know me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And you could get to know me and appreciate me, but over time, hear me talk and feel like, nah. But again, you weren't there the first 25 years. You're here now. And I'll question, well, why are you going away? Where you going? Why can't we hang out?
Right.
Wow. Because you can't understand the difference between giving God glory for how far he brought me and me thinking too highly of myself. That stuff can happen. You can have a pain inside from an experience, and it comes out in your conversation, and someone says, ugh, you depressed, and you one of the happiest people on the planet. Right. But the way you present the information makes another person believe that's where you live.
Right. Gotcha.
It can happen. So we have to, and that's why I say, communication is critical.
Yeah.
Paying attention when you're talking to people is critical so that you can hear their heart more than you hear their words. I like discernment is key in relationship building. Yeah. Let me hear your heart. I tell people all the time, I want you to hear my heart. I don't want you to, like, my tone might confuse you. Right? That's why I don't like texting people. Like, I don't like having long conversations in text because you can't detect tone in the text.
Yeah.
You can misread a tone in the text.
Make up your own tone.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. And so I tell my family, please, I'm passionate about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So don't mistake my tone for anger. Don't mistake my tone for depression. Don't mistake my tone. Let's talk long enough for you to understand where I'm coming from. And that's why I'm so long-winded. I try to tell it all. I don't want to leave anybody with any confusion.
I hear you.
Woo, look at Keita.
Keita says, like, you cared more than they did. She said the views of Keita. Indeed. I think, those relationships were it's just, like I said, being focused and the discernment. Yeah. I mean, my discernment.
Can we take Keita's statement?
Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the greatest lessons in life is when you come to the realization that you can care more about a relationship than someone else. Like, just because you're my best friend doesn't mean I'm your best friend.
Right. Right.
Right?
Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
No.
Right.
I can't decide for you who you feel your best friend is.
Right. Right.
Any more than you can decide for me.
Right.
Right? I may look at you as my confidant, and you may look at me as just a constituent.
Right.
I tell you everything, you tell me little.
Right. Right.
My value of you and your, and your interpretation of me is higher than yours of me and my interpretation of you.
Right.
And people get their feelings hurt when you find out you cared more than somebody else, because your expectation is they should care as much as you do. And when they don't, it's painful. It's painful. So now you're judging them for something, or you mad at them for something that is of no value because you can't make that decision for them.
Right.
I thought you cared more. Well, no. Well, you thought wrong.
Right. Right.
And
right.
we walk away hurt.
Right. Right.
And what we should do is walk away understanding.
Right. Right.
Now I see. I once was blind, but now I see.
Right.
And I don't have to hate you for it. I just now know where to position you in my life. And sometimes I can keep you as my confidant, even though I'm your constituent. We don't feel the same way about each other, but I am cool with what I get from you.
Right. I guess it's not like a wrong or right, but I guess it could throw me back. Like I thought I considered you my best friend.
Listen, I was best man at a wedding.
Right.
And I still don't know why. I was.
Got you.
Because of how someone viewed me.
I got you.
In their life.
Right.
And I didn't view him the same way.
Right.
Good friend, but
yeah.
Best man?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be you at my wedding, bro.
Yeah. Right.
I love you, but that just wouldn't be, that's not where you are in my life. Now, I appreciate the fact that that's where you have me. I'm proud.
Right.
Of that. But we're not in the same place.
But I think or maybe because you have deeper relationships, they may not have a lot of deep relationships.
Right.
So,
and that's okay.
You may be, for him, you like him just the same way he likes you. But because you're the deepest he got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're the deepest I got in my life. And, because I think about even Kaneem in the sense where, he talks about the old friends he had. Like, if I wanted to do some dirt, I got a set of friends I can call right now. But if trying to do some positive stuff, now I got a new set of friends that I'm connected to. So if he had something that I needed the light friends, the ones that can handle any situation without the cops being called, to call. So these are the relationships I have with them. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it may be the same. It's just right now I haven't developed any deep relationships in my new set of friends, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it could happen still. Like someone could be, you're my best friend, and to you, you're just like, yeah, we cool. We cool. It's just I haven't developed enough on a deeper level with people in a certain space to really call, to know anybody else right now. Like that would be a best friend. I'm to them, they're to me, things of that nature. So I think about that, especially as an adult. We shed off certain levels of friends.
But that's why I don't like labels.
Yeah.
I've raised my children. Like, I know there's always going to be one person that you're preferential to.
Right.
Always.
Right. Always.
But when the minute you start calling someone your best friend,
right,
and you have other friends,
right,
their perspective changes.
Right.
On where they now there's a ranking system in terms of
right.
So now I won't give as much to you now that I know you prefer that person.
Right.
It's a natural human behavior.
It is. You're right. You're right.
Now I know where I stand. So let me stay over here in my lane.
Call Kaneem first. Don't call me.
You do you, boo.
Right.
Y'all do, and I'm gonna stay on over here. Yeah, that whole us four no more mindset, right? Three is a crowd, that kind of stuff, and that's where that stuff comes from. And so what I say is just be friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
and whatever evolves from that, that's what it is. But you just continue to be friendly.
Right.
I
think sometimes, for the most part, like the ranking would be like if someone come to me and ask me about a specific person, right? You like, because there's two rankings. There's the, oh yeah, man, I know him. He cool peep. You can trust him. Like, yeah, man, he good. Whatever he said, yeah, he good people. He tells the truth. He's straight. Like, I know his life. Like, I know Pastor. I know his life. Or come to me, hey, John Daniels. I know him, but I can't. But I don't know. I can't co-sign. Right, I can't co-sign on that. I can't.
Well, here's a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
Didn't Jesus have an inner circle?
He did.
Peter, James, and John.
He did.
Were those considered the four musketeers? Were those his best friends?
The ones he could trust the most? It seemed like it.
Are those the ones he could trust the most?
I mean,
are those the ones who were the most available?
Ooh, that's good. I don't know. Does the Bible make that clear? As far as availability?
It does make it clear. It makes it absolutely clear.
That they were available or that he could trust the most?
All of that is clear.
All of that.
I'm not saying it's clear that he trusts him the most.
Right.
I'm saying the relationship with them is clear.
Oh yeah, the relationship was bigger. Like he
right.
Yeah.
But the Bible doesn't call Peter, James, and John his inner circle.
No, not at all. No.
The Bible refers to one disciple, the one whom Jesus loved.
Right.
Does that mean he hated everybody else? Does that mean it's preferential?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you think about those types of things, right? And so you ask yourself, where does our behavioral patterns come from? Right. You could use even scripture to identify or validate how we move based on what it's saying, because one person could look at them, oh well, he only loved that one, right? Because they said the one who he loved. That's what it says.
Right.
The one. So he ain't loved nobody else.
There was an I category.
Yeah. And then you could talk about Peter, James, and John, but why they get to go a little further?
Right.
You could say all that you want to say, but the reality is there's levels to relationships. There's levels to all of this stuff.
Right.
I can use you in my life in this particular area, but not in another area. I heard you say, Kaneem, like I got certain folks I can call if I want to do this.
Right.
I know I can't call these folks over here. I can't call Brian, Pastor McCrory if I'm, if it's happening at 2 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, if you're talking about hiding in the bushes, no, we can't call Pastor.
Right. And then I'd be mad because I'm like, why?
That's not your lane.
Right.
That's not your lane.
Right. But then I would say, have you asked me that? Right.
Okay. All right.
But I can't ask you that because now you have knowledge that may kind of have a different effect on us later.
But see, now you're holding me to my title and not to my manhood.
Okay.
The title that you all have on me as no, that's pastor. He ain't gonna no. Really?
Yeah.
Am I not my brother's keeper?
Yeah, but that's a title that you strive for. That's
but guess what? If you come up in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning, the same thing gonna happen if you unannounced. Right? Because you coming up in there trying to mess with mine.
Right. Yeah, but I'm saying if I call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's because we're going in somebody else's house.
Well, yeah, but my response, but here's my response to that. My response is I ain't trying to go to jail for no reason.
That's my point.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with being a pastor. That's got everything to do with not wanting to go to jail.
Right.
That's your lane. You don't.
Right.
It's different if somebody don't care about going to jail.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
AD ain't coming either.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't call him either.
Because I ain't going to jail. Ain't never been my thing.
But you know, here's what's funny. What's funny is I know that if I made a phone call like that at 2 a.m.,
yeah,
I know some folks that's coming.
Yeah, indeed.
Right. And they not coming to play. Right. They coming with permanent plans.
Right.
And I know that. So to your point, I know I better not get that mad.
Right.
I better not call them, because if I call, I know they're coming.
Right.
You know. And I've had experiences like that where I'm having a conversation with one of my fellas.
Right.
And I'm telling him about something that went down, and he was like, "What time we getting on the road?" I'm like, "Nah, man, we not doing that. We not.
Right. We letting this go. I'm just telling you.
Why are you telling me that?
Right.
Why you telling me? Man, I'm just trying to have a conversation, let you know how. Yeah, but you can't tell me something like that and think I ain't trying to move on it. Yeah,
Right.
come on. Yeah.
Right.
So I got a Rolodex like that. But I think, but here's the thing. To me, it just validates the whole conversation we're having here, because the people that you're talking about, you don't. I don't know how often you talk to them. You just know they're there,
right?
Because the kind of lifestyle that they live is probably doesn't rank with your agenda for your daily grind. Right. It doesn't. You know what I mean? Right. It's not consistent. Yeah. So if we take that all the way back to the feeling about getting stuck on the temporary, imagine if they were part of your daily grind.
Right. I wouldn't be talking to y'all.
Thank you.
Right.
Because if you got stuck in that temporary, you wouldn't be where you are today. Right. Absolutely. But what you did is you were able to, with wisdom, realign your life and still maintain the friendship.
Somewhat.
Even though it's in a different category.
Yeah, somewhat. Because when you put distance, friendships, I mean, you always have those memories of why you became friends.
Yeah.
Right. But that time does kind of play a factor into how your friendship has kind of like dissolved a little bit.
Or evolved. Because you're not enemies. we don't hang anymore. I'm not hanging with y'all no more. I'm not doing that stuff. I ain't living like that anymore. But I ain't mad at you.
Right.
Yeah. You
the one said you could call him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I probably still could. You know
it's like that evolves.
So there's still a connection.
Like I say, I was born alone.
Right.
So if I'm alone, I don't have to worry about somebody else making a mistake.
Right.
So if I have this in my mind that I'm trying to accomplish, I don't need a witness. I don't need an accomplice.
Right.
I don't need, somebody else. Such. Ain't nobody ever me.
Right. No, but I mean just on the basis of your statement that I can call. That's all I'm talking about.
Yes.
That means that there's still a relationship. Y'all ain't hanging. This a new season. Because believe me, I'm dealing with the pain of that in my life now. People that I used to talk to, 3-4 times a week.
Right.
If I actually call them out of the blue today, it's like, hey man, let me call you right back. Okay. And they don't call back. That could make you feel some kind of way.
Right.
I've learned with our kind of people, black folks, we are notorious for saying, hey, I'm gonna call you. Look, I gotta I'll call you back. And we don't call back. We are horrible. We are the worst. Instead of saying, hey, I gotta go, we'll talk next time. Like, hey, let me call you right back.
Right. Never.
And my thing is, if you don't put any thought to the fact that someone is waiting for you to call them back,
right?
Like, what message are you sending? That's a foul message. So for all y'all who do that, stop doing that.
Yes,
it is.
You can't talk. I can't talk right now.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Keita. Yep, that's how I feel too.
He said,
Well, how about we just don't do dirt?
About myself. Right. No dirt. No dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt free. Be dirt free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, we all mature adults now. I think we have come to a point in life where we have too much to lose. Well, I think we are just, speaking at random about how we used to be as young people.
Not me, because I can still mess up. I don't know anybody who is living a life that is so clean that you can let it all hang out.
What you mean by all hang out?
Meaning,
so like
I think we all have something that we keep reserved to ourselves.
Okay.
I was being sarcastic. I was being funny when I talked about Keita, because I'm like, what I love is the Bible says, "For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God," and because of that verse, because of that scripture, we're all dirty.
Right.
See, you go back to scripture and it sounds eloquent, and I believe that all what you said is true.
Right.
But when I fall back, I'm thinking about rap lyrics and how I was. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I didn't just divest myself into the Bible. I didn't just get into it. But when you come to some rap lyrics, I can place that to a point of time, and it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just
but a lot of them rappers learn from preachers. A lot of rappers learn.
I'm not saying
there's some pulpits that are riddled with lyrical geniuses.
Oh, I believe that too. Right. I believe that too.
Yeah, I mean that's just real. That's real.
I believe that too.
Right.
So when I look at that kind of stuff, when I hear it, because you're right, man, a lot of rappers have great conversation, great narratives, great word, great phrases,
right,
great analogies. All that stuff is great. But they had to get that information from somewhere.
Experiences, man.
Yeah, experiences. And I really believe this. Every one of us have had some level of experience with the church.
Indeed.
Every one of us.
That's at some point.
At some point.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You've been to somebody's Sunday school.
Right.
And so we get poured into by our elders as young people. So these rappers are leveraging the information, because some of these rappers have vocabularies and ain't never been to school. So where are they getting the words from?
Oh, I mean, well, I can't speak for all of them. Most of the rappers who I try to steal quotes from were big time readers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, a lot of them were readers.
It just wasn't the Bible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
It was knowledge that they was gaining from different.
But the Bible was integrated in there somewhere.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying people I listen to.
I'm just saying.
All right, my people. Listen, I appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us. Make sure you join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Again, listen, make sure you are, if you've never heard of Discord, 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 make sure you check it out. Download the app. We're going to be making some moves over there really soon. It's going to be slow. Don't worry. I'm older. It's going to take me a minute. I got to build it up and learn more about it. But know that we'll be moving into that area. And if you just joined us, if you're part of any Discord community, let me know what community, and even put the link in the chat, because I would like to begin to explore it a lot more. All right. So we appreciate you guys for being a part, doing all that you do. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday. Freestyle Friday. Never know what's going to happen. So we'll see you in the AM. As always, know that we love you. God love you more. Continue to stay safe. And we'll see you. And listen, join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. All right. That's it. That's all. See you in the AM. Peace out. As always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you guys for rocking, hanging, being. Make sure to share. Sharing is caring. all of my